Millions of seniors are exhausted every single day, and they're told it's just aging. But for a surprising number of them, the real cause is sitting in their medicine cabinet right now, and nobody warned them. I'm going to show you 5 of the most commonly prescribed medications for people over 60 that can quietly steal your energy and what you can do about it. Number 3 is the one that surprises people most. Almost everyone gets it wrong. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to ask your doctor at your next appointment. That conversation alone could change how you feel every single morning. Here's the scale of what we're dealing with. According to the CDC, nearly 70% of Americans over the age of 65 take 5 or more prescription medications every single day. That's called polypharmacy. And when multiple drugs combine in your body, side effects can stack in ways that no single prescription label prepares you for. Fatigue appears on the side effect list for hundreds of medications. But in a typical 15-minute doctor's appointment, there simply isn't time to go through all of them, which means a lot of people are living with medication-related exhaustion and chalking it up to getting older. It isn't always aging. Sometimes it has a name, and sometimes it has a fix. As always, nothing in this video is medical advice. Please consult your physician before making any changes to your medications. What this video will do is give you the information to have a much smarter conversation with your doctor. Let's get into it. Medication number 1, beta blockers. Beta blockers are among the most prescribed medications for people over 60. You may know them by names like metoprolol or atenolol. They're prescribed for high blood pressure, heart conditions, and irregular heartbeat. Here's how they work. They slow your heart rate and reduce the force of your heart's contractions. That's the intended effect. But that same mechanism can leave your entire body feeling like it's running in slow motion. Clinical research shows fatigue is reported in 10 to 15% of patients taking beta blockers. In older adults, that number may be higher. Because these medications clear the body more slowly as kidney function naturally declines with age, so the drug lingers longer than it was designed to. If you take a beta blocker and fatigue is a daily reality for you, that's a specific and legitimate thing to raise with your doctor at your next visit. Medication number 2, statins. Statins are the most prescribed class of drug in the United States. Atorvastatin, rosuvastatin, simvastatin. If you're over 60, there's a good chance you or someone you love is taking one right now. The official rate of fatigue as a side effect is listed as relatively low, but a large study published in the Archives of Internal Medicine found that people taking statins, particularly women, reported significantly reduced energy and exercise tolerance. The reason appears to involve something called coenzyme Q10. CoQ10 is a compound your muscles need to produce energy. Statins interfere with the same biological pathway that makes CoQ10. Some people ask their doctor specifically about CoQ10 when they're on a statin. It's a conversation worth having. Take a moment right now. Think about your average energy level over the past week. Rate it from 1 to 10. Keep that number in your head. We're going to come back to it. Medication number 3, benzodiazepines and OTC sleep aids. This is the one that surprises people most, and it's the one almost nobody connects to daytime fatigue. Benzodiazepines, drugs like lorazepam, diazepam, and clonazepam, are prescribed for anxiety and sleep. Over-the-counter sleep aids containing diphenhydramine, sold as Benadryl, Zizquil, and Unisom, work through a similar mechanism. Here is what most people don't know. In adults over 60, these drugs stay in the system significantly longer than they do in younger people. Your liver and kidneys process them more slowly as you age. You might take a sleep aid at 10 p.m. By noon the next day, a meaningful amount of that drug is still circulating in your bloodstream. That isn't grogginess. That is a drug effect. And it feels exactly like fatigue. Here's the part that most people, even most doctors, don't bring up. Benzodiazepines appear on something called the Beers Criteria, a list compiled by the American Geriatrics Society of medications considered potentially inappropriate for older adults. This isn't a fringe opinion. It's a clinical consensus built over decades of research. If you take anything for sleep or anxiety, it's worth mentioning it at your next appointment and asking whether your current dose still makes sense for your age. Medication number 4, diuretics. Diuretics, sometimes called water pills, are prescribed for high blood pressure and heart failure. Common ones include furosemide and hydrochlorothiazide. They work by flushing excess fluid from your body through urination. That's exactly what they're designed to do. But they also flush out electrolytes, sodium, potassium, magnesium. And when your potassium drops even slightly below the normal range, muscle weakness and fatigue follow almost immediately. Many people taking diuretics are chronically low in electrolytes without realizing it, because levels aren't always tested at every appointment. You might feel it as heavy legs, low energy, or a kind of all-over tiredness that doesn't go away with rest. Asking to have your potassium and magnesium levels checked at your next blood draw is a reasonable and routine request. It's a simple test, and the result might explain a lot. How many of these 4 have you been prescribed? You don't have to share the details, just drop the number in the comments below when we're done. It helps other viewers know they're not alone. And you'd be surprised how many people are in exactly the same situation. Medication number 5, first-generation antihistamines. This last one catches people off guard because it isn't a prescription medication. You can buy it at any drugstore. First-generation antihistamines, diphenhydramine being the most common, are sold for allergies, colds, and as sleep aids. They're in products like Benadryl, NyQuil, and Tylenol PM. For adults over 60, these medications cross what's called the blood-brain barrier. They cause what's known as an anticholinergic effect, not just drowsiness, but confusion, dry mouth, constipation, and a deep, foggy, drained feeling that can last an entire day from a single nighttime dose. Because they're available without a prescription, they're rarely reviewed as part of a medication check. Most doctors don't know you're taking them unless you bring it up. Second-generation antihistamines, loratadine and cetirizine, are worth asking your pharmacist about. Many older adults find them easier to tolerate, but your pharmacist can walk you through what makes sense for your situation. So, let's bring this back to where we started. That number you were holding, your energy level this past week. If it's lower than it should be, and you're taking one or more of the medications we just covered, there is a real possibility that your fatigue has a medical explanation. One that has nothing to do with your age and nothing to do with your willpower. Here's what you can do right now. 3 concrete steps. Slow. First, do not stop any medication on your own. Some of these drugs, especially beta blockers and benzodiazepines, need to be tapered gradually under medical supervision. Stopping suddenly can be dangerous. That is not the message here. Second, write down every single medication you take. Prescriptions, over-the-counter drugs, vitamins, supplements, all of it. Bring that list to your next appointment. And ask your doctor this specific question. Could any of these be contributing to my fatigue? Third, ask for a medication review. Your pharmacist is trained to do this. It is free at most pharmacies. It takes about 20 minutes, and it can reveal interactions and side effects that no single prescribing doctor may have connected. You deserve to have energy. You deserve to feel like yourself. And the first step is knowing the right questions to ask. If this video helped you, please share it with one person over 60 in your life. A spouse, a sibling, a friend, a parent. This is the kind of information that can genuinely change someone's quality of life. Most people have never heard it laid out this clearly. Hit subscribe if you want more evidence-based content about living well after 60. New videos every week on brain health, heart health, sleep, and medications, all grounded in real research and explained in plain English. And leave a comment with just one word, the name of the medication that hit closest to home for you. No details needed, just the name. I read every single one. I'll see you in the next one.